In the vast expanse of the human experience, darkness often precedes dawn. The spiritual path, romanticized as a serene journey, oftentimes leads us through treacherous terrains known as the dark night of the soul and the profound ego death. These terms, while mystical, encapsulate feelings of profound lostness, a sense of not knowing who we are, and a deep yearning for meaning. It's the equivalent of being lost in a dense forest at midnight with no compass, no light, and no direction. But like any journey, there's potential here. Potential for growth, understanding, and a transformative rebirth. The dark night and ego death challenge our very sense of self, forcing us to confront the stories we've told ourselves, the masks we wear, and the illusions we cling to. As you embark on this exploration with me, know that while these experiences might sound daunting, and indeed they can be, they are often the gateways to profound enlightenment. They strip away the inessential, leaving behind a raw, authentic self, ready to embrace life with a renewed vigor and a deeper understanding. In other words, this is what I call the renaissance of the soul, your soul. The soul, which is spirit and therefore immortal, needs to be awakened and brought to maturity in the same measure as the body needs to be nourished. This sentence reflects the essence of Saint Teresa of Ávila's teachings, a beacon of spiritual enlightenment from the 16th century. Teresa, alongside her protege, Saint John of the Cross, traversed the challenging terrain of spiritual awakening, mapping it for generations to come. The phrase, "the dark night of the soul," finds its roots in John's poetic expressions. The Spanish mystic used this evocative term to capture the soul's journey through periods of desolation, confusion, and spiritual drought. However, as with the darkest night, it also promises the dawn of a new understanding, a deeper connection with the divine. Over the ages, many have walked this challenging path. From Eastern monks to Western philosophers, from the deserts of Africa to the snow-capped Himalayas, seekers have grappled with these profound experiences. Their testimonies, their writings, their teachings serve as lighthouses for those of us navigating the turbulent waters of ego death and spiritual rebirth. To truly grasp the transformative power of the dark night and ego death, we must, for a moment, step back in time. We must appreciate the depth of understanding our ancestors achieved, the trials they endured, and the wisdom they have bequeathed to us. For in their stories, in their struggles, and in their revelations lies the roadmap for our own spiritual evolution. In the profound reflection of Shakespeare, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. From the moment we arrive in this world, roles are assigned, scripts handed out, and stages set. But who are we beneath the masks and costumes? Who are we when the curtains fall and the audience departs? From the earliest whispers of our names to the societal norms we're bathed in, our identities begin to form. But much like a potter molding clay, these identities are crafted not just by our own hands, but also by the external pressures of family, culture, and society. We're taught what's acceptable, what's desirable, and often, what's normal. Yet, beneath these layers of conditioning, beneath the stories we tell ourselves and the roles we play, lies a truth, a shimmering, undeniable essence. Much of what we consider us is a tapestry of stories, beliefs, and perceptions intricately woven over time. But stories can be rewritten, beliefs can be challenged, and perceptions can shift. To truly embark on a spiritual journey is to question, who am I beyond my name, beyond my roles, beyond the expectations? Who am I when stripped of all labels? It's in this profound inquiry that we begin to glimpse the vastness of our true nature, unbounded by stories and untouched by societal molds. The wound is the place where the light enters you, mused the Persian poet Rumi. It's in the heart of our deepest sorrows, our most profound despairs, that we often find the purest of truths waiting to be discovered. The journey of spiritual awakening isn't a linear one. It's not a well-lit path leading straight to enlightenment. Often, it winds its way through dark valleys and dense forests, places where our emotions become our most challenging adversaries. The dark night of the soul is one such valley where feelings of meaninglessness, despair, and profound loneliness engulf us. Society paints a rosy picture of spiritual awakenings, one filled with light, love, and an ever-present sense of peace. The reality, however, is starkly different for many. The dark night represents a phase where the very foundations of our beliefs, our hopes, and our understandings are shaken. It's like traversing a thick fog, where every direction seems uncertain, every step a leap of faith. But why this darkness? Why this pain? It's because true growth often requires us to step out of our comfort zones. The dark night challenges us, pushes us to our limits, and then nudges us a bit further, ensuring that we shed layers of our old selves, making space for the new. In this emotional tempest, it's essential to remember that the darkest hour is just before dawn. The pain, the confusion, the loneliness, they're all but signposts on the path to a deeper, more profound understanding of oneself and the universe. Alan Watts once said, "The ego is nothing other than the focus of conscious attention." It's that voice in our heads, constantly narrating our lives, defining our likes, dislikes, desires, and fears. It's the lens through which we perceive the world, filtering reality to fit its narrative. But what happens when that lens shatters? Ego death, contrary to its ominous name, is not a literal death. Instead, it's a profound transformation, an awakening where the tightly held beliefs, perceptions, and self-definitions we've clung to begin to disintegrate. Imagine standing on solid ground your entire life, only for it to suddenly turn to quicksand, pulling you into an abyss of uncertainty. That's the essence of ego death, a collapse of what we believe to be true, right, and real. This experience, while deeply unsettling, is also liberating. Without the ego's constant chatter and judgment, we are free to perceive reality more directly. The challenges come in waves: the fear of losing oneself, the grief of letting go of long-held beliefs, the disorientation of a world without familiar landmarks. Yet, with this collapse comes unprecedented freedom. Without the ego's constraints, we are free to explore, experience, and embrace the boundless nature of existence. However, it's important to remember that ego death is not an end, but a passage, a bridge to a deeper understanding and connection with the universe and our place within it. As the ego's walls crumble, the vast expanse of our true self begins to shine through, unburdened and unfiltered. In many mystical traditions, it is said, to be reborn, one must first die. The paradox of spiritual awakening is that, often, our most profound growth emerges from our deepest challenges. The dark night of the soul, the disintegration of ego, these are not endpoints but gateways. Gateways to a rebirth, a rediscovery of self, and a profound transformation. Emerging from the dark night is akin to a phoenix rising from its ashes. The old, conditioned self, burdened by its fears, desires, and illusions, is consumed in the flames of realization. What emerges is pure, authentic, and unburdened. This new self isn't driven by external validations or the fleeting pleasures of the material world. Instead, it seeks a deeper connection, a more profound peace, and an unwavering inner joy. This rebirth is not an event, but a process. A continuous journey of shedding layers of conditioning, embracing vulnerability, and aligning with one's true nature. It's a shift from seeking happiness outside to discovering joy within. It's the realization that the love, peace, and fulfillment we've been seeking have always been within us, waiting to be discovered. However, this journey isn't devoid of challenges. old habits, lingering fears, and societal pressures can sometimes pull us back into old patterns. Yet, with the wisdom gained from our experiences, we now possess the tools to navigate these challenges, to stay grounded in our truths, and to continuously evolve towards our higher selves. In traversing the intricate labyrinth of spiritual awakening, there's a tendency to feel like a lone wanderer in a vast, enigmatic desert. However, a glint of solace lies in the realization that many before us have treaded these sands and left behind traces for us to follow. If you too find yourself in this profound yet perplexing journey, ponder upon these markers. Number 1. Stay anchored. Amidst the tumultuous storm of spiritual exploration, it's tempting to drift into oblivion. Yet, simple acts like meditating, immersing oneself in the embrace of nature, or just the rhythmic act of breathing can tether us back to the tangible world. Number 2. Seek your tribe. The wisdom of ages whispers, together we journey farther. In this voyage, the company of kindred spirits or sage mentors can be both a solace and a guiding star, illuminating the path with shared insights and understanding. Number 3. Dance with uncertainty. The spiritual journey isn't a paved road, but a meandering path. Instead of dreading its unpredictability, cherish it, for in the heart of the unknown lie hidden treasures of wisdom. Number 4. Welcome metamorphosis. As the sands of time flow, change remains our only companion. Remain receptive to the fresh breezes of perspectives and revelations that gust our way. Number 5. Honor the journey's rhythm. Recognize that the phases of dark nights and rebirth aren't mere aberrations, but rhythms of a cosmic dance. As John of the Cross noted, enduring these phases is a path to transcendence. Similarly, Eckhart Tolle teaches us the power of surrender, of letting go and embracing the present moment in its entirety. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Lao Tzu, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Even in the darkest of nights, dawn is but a horizon away. Such is the promise of the soul's journey. In the vast tapestry of existence, the darkest threads are as essential as the brightest ones. The dark night and ego death aren't cruel jokes of the universe, but invitations to a deeper understanding. It's a rite of passage, a bridge from superficial living to profound being. As we grapple with this darkness, we're not falling apart, but falling into place. So, when the night seems endless, remember, every dawn begins in the dark. Embrace it, for it's in these depths that we truly find ourselves. Thank you for journeying with me today. If my words resonated, perhaps share your own story below. If this helped, a like and share would be deeply appreciated. Our collective tales weave a tapestry of enlightenment. Please consider subscribing and ringing the bell for more introspective voyages. Together, we tread the path of self-discovery.